September 23rd, 2022. Guys, you're looking at satellite images of the Caribbean. You can see Fiona pulling out to the north. Right in that red circle, guys, is Bermuda. And I know they are glad to see this thing move out of there. If any of you have had any reports from there, let us know about it. The eye went just to the west of Bermuda. If you notice how the storm is tracking. But the problem is in the Caribbean itself. Now, this is kind of the average of the spaghetti models. We're going to look at them during this video, and you can see that the clouds are a little out in front of the circulation. Check that out in the Caribbean itself. Here are our models. This just came out. Everything is showing Central Florida taking a hit somewhere around Tampa. Now, the Navy model is just a little to the left of the Canadian model, which is in the green. The Navy model shows this thing moving just a little north of Tampa. The Canadian model has it pulling right into that area. So we're going to be having to watch this the next few days. Already from yesterday, it has moved from the crosshairs being down in South Florida now to Central Florida. But the problem is we got a Cat 3. Check this out, 115 mile per hour winds that are expected, and this thing is expected to come ashore Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Notice 35 mile per hour winds now, moving at a pretty good clip west-northwest at 14 miles an hour. And we've been very fortunate this year so far as impact and damaging storms on the continental U.S. That is about to change. Again, this thing has moved from coming in the tip of South Florida now up to the central part around the Tampa area. Will it continue this westward movement over the next few days? Here is the Navy model. Check that out. Again, it doesn't just plow right into Florida and cross it. It skates from around that Tampa Bay area, Sarasota, somewhere right in there, and then moves up into Georgia. Check this out. Right there, coming ashore basically on the 29th of September. We'll go again. Very strong. Notice that colored purple. That's low millibars pressure. You can see the chart on the right. The lower the pressure, the stronger the storm. And this thing is going to be moving. The temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean have not been cooled at all this year like some of the Atlantic, because there's been almost no storms. A couple of early depressions in the early summer, but this thing is moving into very warm water. Some of the warmest we've seen it here, even along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Now, also, we scan over to these models, the GFS model, and we'll look at the Canadian model too. GFS model, you can see it moving through the Caribbean, basically same path, becoming very strong, weakening at impact, moving back into the Atlantic, guys, and then up to the watching the East Coast. Sorry about that glitch, but here is a Canadian model, right up into Georgia, through the Carolinas, and back out north of the Outer Banks. There goes Fiona. Here comes, this will be either Ian or Hermine. Depends on if another system that's out in the Atlantic that is not a threat to us is named a tropical storm before this one. Again, either Ian or Hermine, and it's going to be one to remember. Guys, we're watching this. Let me say thank you to all of you that have pre-ordered our new CD, Aurora. It means a lot to me because I love music. It's a lot of work to get it into a recording, but it's a labor of love to me, and when I see you guys pre-order, that means a lot, and I appreciate it more than you know. Guys, we're watching this storm. You watch it. It's a heads up.